What's up, YouTube? Happy Thursday. CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football. And there are 2 days left in the giveaway that has been so generously sponsored by the EA Game Changers program. So don't forget, get your last 2 entries. And we have got a lot to talk about today, guys. I am excited. Preseason Points is here, and this is basically, if you're new to the game this year, it was called Season Score last year, but this is basically the time where you grind for the last little bit of stuff in this season in anticipation for next season, and by achieving things this year, you get free stuff next year. So let's go ahead. We're going to break down everything you need to know about preseason points, how to get them, how to go about completing all of those to get the most free stuff next year. And then we have got a killer match against the number 17 ranked league in the world, going up against 125 defense, facing a live counter, and got a ton of coaching to help you guys out there. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at preseason points and see what it says. Okay, so the way preseason points works, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff already accomplished here, but you basically want to do daily objectives. You want to get your overall to a certain point. You want to get your level. You want to get achievements, seasons, head-to-head, leagues, sets, and tournaments. And what you will do by doing various things, you will get these up to 100. And when they all reach 100, you will get a total of, let's see, I've got 16, so it's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, looks like 29 preseason points. Now, here's the way these things are going to work, guys. So, you need to get your overall, your offense up to a 115, your defense up to a 115, and your special teams up to a 105 to max out and get everything you can from that one. Next, your level, you want to get up to level 100. I've been kind of skipping stuff on experience, but I'll tell you what, this is going to make remaining tournaments, if they put experience in there, this is going to make that a little bit more worth doing if you are not yet close to level 100. For achievements, I don't think this one is actually working because I've actually got a ton of achievements completed, and they're just not registering there. So I'm sure EA will get that fixed. Seasons, you need to complete a total of, you know what, it doesn't even say, I've done 6 seasons. That's enough to max that one out. In tournaments, you need to get 500 wins. I'm well over that. For sets, you needed to complete, not sure, but as you can see, I've done a ton of sets. I've already got that up to 100. They don't really put that in there. For the league, somewhere along there, we've got 247 league versus league wins under our belt. So that is enough. And head-to-head, I guess it depends on how many times you've reached it. I'm already at the point where I don't get any more for playing head-to-head, but I have hit Hall of Fame every single season that they've had all year long. Make sure to get those up. And then objectives is basically just going to take you into your daily objectives. So what you want to make sure you're doing, as you can see, these little things here that are like these little blue diamonds, those are things that are going to count and fill up your preseason points. So make sure from here on out, guys, do your dailies. Even if that's the only thing you do, that and LVL, make sure to do that. Because when you come in, as I said, I'm 63% of the way towards 65, got most of the stuff there. But the way these things work is you're going to get these tokens for now, and then you're going to get these preseason points that are going to be used next year, and that's going to help you out big time. You can get certain things, like you can start with an elite player, or different packs, or different uniforms. There's a lot of different things that they did in previous years. But anyways, guys, get excited. It feels like it's a day late because I felt like we probably should have had something yesterday with Campus Heroes going away. But this is an exciting change to the game because this means we're ramping up, getting ready for next year when everything resets. So without further ado, guys, hope you guys are excited. Let me know what you think, if you're excited about this as well, in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into some coaching. All right, guys, we're going up against a league has no name. I'm going up against this 125 defense. He's the Panthers, so as a Bucs fan, got to go after him. And this is going to be a long video, guys. I put a lot of thought into these drives, really wanted to deliver, but we're going to cover a lot of coaching. So this is definitely going to be one of my longer videos with that long intro, but I promise you're going to see some good play calling here and get a really good look inside my mind as I'm dealing with a live counter. So we're going to start this thing off with bunch PA pin deep. And the reason I'm going for bunch PA pin deep is we've played these guys recently, and they know I opened with trips corner strike. This is actually counter formation, this dime zone. But against a lower medium counter, you can still get it away, sometimes even for a big gain to wide receiver 1. So we're going to go ahead and roll it here. And as you can see, we did get countered 9% softy. Sucks getting one of those right out the gate. But here we go, 2nd and 13. Going to break out trips tight end quick slants here. And on this play, we've got a dime zone that we're going up against that is not counter formation. We're going to look to hit our tight end. He's either going to do a curl or an out route. And against this particular formation, it's going to be a curl route. So we're basically just going to look to hit him after he curls. And he does manage to hang onto the ball, sets up a 3rd and 3. And I'm avoiding some of my more well-known plays like spread FL drag, and I choose to go with motion Y stick. A lot of people haven't countered it this year, and I kind of made a mistake here. I like it better when it's not countered to go to the right. The tight end just seems to catch it more, but this is counter formation, this dime zone. If it was flipped, I'd feel comfortable going to the slot, Graham. However, unfortunately, we get shut down here with a critical, and I almost threw a pick there. That's why you want to flip it. So it sets up a 4th and 3. I'm going to go ahead and check where I am. I'm on the right hash. I have scramble, and last match they didn't counter motion cross all that much. So I'm going with old reliable motion cross. We've got a 4-3 zone coverage here, and what you're either going to do is hit wide receiver 2 on that crossing route, potentially the running back in the flat, or just scramble for it. Just kind of make the read, see what's open, and in this case, I'm just going to take the scramble, not going to risk a drop or something like that. So we set up a 1st and 10, and I'm going to go back into play action and go with strong eye PA slide. And on this particular play, you've got 2 reads, your tight end on a deep drag route, and your fullback in the flat. One of them should get open. The flat is covered, and with everything tied up there, I just throw it away. That sometimes is a smart move. So 2nd and 10, we are going to go with bunch halfback dive here. Great inside run on 2nd down. We get decent yards off of it, pick up a 1st down, 1st and 10, and you are going to see me throughout these drives. I'm doing a lot of checking on my play calling because I want to recycle as tight as possible. By recycling as tight as possible, it gives them less opportunity to see what plays I want to use to live counter. So I want to use as few plays as possible to score. So we're going back to pin deep against this dime man coverage. We're just going to look to hit the tight end in the flat and grab some yards after the catch. Ingram's open. We get some yards after the catch, pick up about, what is that? About 14 yards or so. So once again, going back in, don't be afraid to do this, guys. Make sure if you have run 4 plays after a play that you know is not countered, use it again. So here we go, right back to quick slants. Already explained it, so we're just going to go ahead and let it play. We've got a curl route here, and Ingram just drops the ball, sets up a 2nd and 10. Once again, going to go back, look through here. Can't go back to PA slide quite yet. So in this case, we are going to go back to motion cross. I don't normally use it on 2nd down, but I knew it was open, wanted to recycle. It was countered, but we did manage to go ahead and take that all the way in for a touchdown. Since we did use our scramble on motion cross, we're going to go toss here. It is not countered. We get the edge, and we are in for our first 8 points on the day. Going to speed this thing up, hop right into drive number 2. Again, I am sorry it's a long video, but I'm going to try and make it as educational as possible as far as what I'm thinking and why I'm thinking it, and go from there. So we're going to start out and not assume the live counter. We're going to go bunch PA pin deep again. We've got dime zone again, so it might be a live counter, or it could just not be countered. Here we go. Looks like it was countered. We did manage to get it away. 9% again. Little frustrating there, but we're sticking with the same script. We're going to go quick slants here once again. Tight end. In this case, he's going to run an out route. We hit him. Sets up a 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 1. Don't want to go back to motion Y stick because I'm not assuming the live counter yet. So in this case, I'm going to go fullback dive. It's just a safe play to grab a quick yard. And there we go. We got it. Sets up another first down. We're going to go PA slide here. Already explained this one. Deep drag route or the fullback here. We've got the fullback. Unfortunately, we didn't really have him, but it bounced off the defender's head. A little bit of a risky throw there. Probably shouldn't have made it, but, you know, sometimes in the heat of things, you go ahead and call a play. So we're going to go back and go with bunch flanker drive here, okay? So it's dime man coverage. This is potentially countered, but it doesn't mean it's countered. Against zone coverage, I like to go to the running back on that wheel route. Against man coverage, I'll either scramble or go to wide receiver 1 on that drag route. So here we go. We set our blocks. It's not countered. We get Jerry Rice on that drag route, and we are up to about the 40-yard line, setting up a 1st and 10. And once again, tight recycling, going to go back and see exactly what I can do. It's been enough to go back to pin deep, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Back to pin deep, and against this coverage, we're going to go to the tight end against man coverage here in the flat, and he just can't hang on to the ball. I don't know. It seems I don't have good, like, whoever I put in at tight end, sometimes they do well, and then other days they just don't. So here we go. We're going back to quick slants against this coverage. Tight end is going to run on an out route here. So we're going to hit him on the outside. He does manage to hang on to it this time, and we're up to about the 24-yard line, another 1st and 10. And as you can see, don't be afraid to go back and check your plays, guys. Some people say, CHF, why don't you just kind of check 2 or 3 plays in a row? I'm looking for one play because the situation is always different. It can change. So rather than think through all potential scenarios, I'm just going to look at the one play and go back and check again. Here we go, weak eye double counter. I know because that normally pairs with motion cross, and I don't think they got the live counter in. Back to PA slide, deep drag route, fullback. Here we go, fullback. Unfortunately, the flat was open, but the blitz came in so quick, I kind of just got hammered down. So we're going to go back, check here. Bunch flanker drive has been 4 plays. We know it's not countered. Since we're on the left hash, I'm going to flip it because you want the wheel route running to the short side of the field. We have dime zone here. So against zone, as I said before, go to the running back on the wheel route. And as you can see here, he's going to get wide open, and we're going to take that up for a 1st down, sets up a 1st and 12 or 1st and 10 from the 12. And once again, I'm going back, I'm checking the plays. I've used pin deep twice. You can only use a play twice per drive. If you use it a 3rd time, it's going to boost up their counter percent so that they're going to have a higher counter chance because it'll be a frequency counter. So in this case, I'm going to try a different play. Weak IPA post. And in this case, I'm going to try and get the free scramble. However, the defender just really did a good job. When his zone got cleared, he crashed the line, came down, hit me. So I did not gain any yards off of it. But going back in here, we've used quick slants twice. Can't go back to quick slants, even though that is what would be next in the rotation. So as I said, recycle tight, but don't do anything to increase your chances of making a mistake. And giving your opponent a boost to their counter percent is definitely a mistake. So here we go, 2nd and 10, going to have to try a new play. And in this case, I am going to go with strong eye fullback middle. And on fullback middle, there's a couple of routes. Some people like to throw the streak. I don't like streaks. I like to go to the tight end on that deeper out route or the running back, the fullback specifically, on that angle route. One of them should get open. And in this case, we get Evan Ingram going open towards the sideline, and we take that. He cannot punch it in, but we are at a 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line. Fullback flare is coming. You know it's a broken play if you flip it. So just snap it, hit your fullback, enjoy your touchdown, and we are in for 14 points on the day. Gonna go bunch spacing here since I do have scramble. 4-3 zone. I try to push through here. I really need to reevaluate that and start looping around against 4-3 zone. That's what I used to do, but these defenses got so fast that stopped working. But now the middle linebackers have such high awareness that they're closing so quickly, or my line is just not getting a hole. So here we go, kicking off the 3rd drive. This time I think we're going to see a live counter. So I go trips corner strike. Reason being is I cloaked my 1st drive. What that meant is me and a couple of league mates, we all went in, chose our target, hit to start a drive and then immediately saved and exit. It makes it harder for them to see when we're actually driving. So in this case, trips corner strike, I've explained it a lot. We break the counter. We're going to see if it's a hard counter or a soft counter. I didn't check the play earlier. I thought with the live counter that they'd move out. I didn't want to assume the live counter, but these guys have been live countering. So I'm going to go back to fullback dive. It is countered this time, and it is 100%. We used it earlier, and it wasn't. So this is a live counter, and at this point I know time to change the script. No more quick slants, no more pin deep. Time to break out some plays that I have not yet used. And in this case, we're going to go empty shallow cross. And on this play, we've got a dime zone coverage. I like to go to the running back on that drag route. Usually gets open. And as you can see there, he gets open. He hangs on to it. We get some yards after the catch. First down. And it is time to test new plays at this point because we know we're facing a live counter. And I'm going to go to a cheesy play action play. PA fullback flat. This is counter formation, this nickel zone, but against a lower or medium, you can still sometimes squeeze it out to the fullback. However, unfortunately, it's a critical 9%. I don't know what it is with these 9% on my first play action drive of every drive. We're going to go empty trip stick because I haven't used it. This is a dime zone coverage. It is counter formation. However, even if countered, as long as you don't have a high snap, you can still get it away to your running back. Sometimes he'll catch it. In worst case scenario, you usually don't lose yards. It was hard countered, even though I didn't use it. They know I love that play because we have played them. 3rd and 11, not going to use motion cross, so I'm going to use flanker spot. Against zone coverage, you would go to wide receiver 1 on the corner, but we've got man coverage here. And against man coverage, best thing to do is scramble with your quarterback to the left. So we're going to go ahead and take off. Plenty of running room. Going to hug the sideline just in case we fumble because quarterbacks do fumble. 1st and 10, and we're going right back to check the rotation, see if we have anything that is open. Can't go back to anything quite yet, so we've got to test a new play. And in this case, we are going to go back to play action and use PA deep attack. We've got a dime zone. This is counter formation. Doesn't mean it's countered, but usually it is. We're going to go to wide receiver 1 on that drag route, and we go ahead and hit him in between the zones. Sets up a 2nd and 6. Now we can go back in. Shallow cross has been enough plays that we can recycle it. We've got 4 plays after it. So that's what we're going to do. It's super safe. It's kind of a boring way to play, but when you're in a high pressure match, why do anything that's going to increase your risk? So here we go. We hit the running back on that drag route, and we are up inside the goal line. Fullback flare. From here, there are so many good goal line plays that when you get to this point, it's just a matter of finding one, especially if you get it on 1st down. In this case, we don't need anything other than fullback flare. We take that in, and then I make the critical mistake. I just wasn't remembering that I used flanker spot so recently. I don't think I'd have been able to get away anyway, but I couldn't scramble. So 20 points on the day. And we're going to go ahead and stop it right there. But against a 125 defense in the number 17 league in the world, I'm pretty happy with that performance. But anyways, guys, if you like this video or what I'm trying to do here on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hang out for a week or two. What you can count on is daily strategy content, normally in the form of narrated LVL drives, but I will also bring you things like tournament guides, promo reviews, and just stuff that's going to help you play the game more efficiently and effectively. And if you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I love you guys. You are the best audience ever. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.